I made my first CW contact. It took me 2 weeks, and the guy was around the corner. W2PQK. N2QCP.
Hey, real quick, guys, I gotta jump out of here. Penny's in the driveway. I gotta go bring in some groceries. I'll be back on later on tonight if you're around. And Nate, I'll talk to you later. And Jeff, if you're still listening, and QCP, nice meeting you. W4DO, I'll return.
All right, Dom. I'll probably be on here not too long, about 20 minutes. Good to hear you. I didn't know all those other guys were in there. But good to hear you again, Vin. I don't know, what was it? A couple of weeks ago, we had a QSO. I'll give you the exact date. December 29th. It was still 2022. You're sounding great. 80's playing really well. Because we're right across the island from each other. You're 15-20 over. Dominic was 15-20 over. I love 80 when the conditions are good.
Oh, yeah, I think we did have I'm not an electronic guy. I got a logbook here somewhere. I have it. It's floating around. Yes, I remember, I've just been slowly activating, my health's been falling down the tubes lately. And so, just slowly, I'm home retired finally. I guess I was forced to. But yes, I remember having that QSO. And we're close. I mean, you're a loud guy. I mean, you're like next door kind of loud. Amazing audio. You got great audio. I don't know what you're running for a microphone, but you clearly been working on your audio of your your system is I mean, it's wide range. It's not like a Heil microphone. I don't know what you're running. N2QCP.
So hold on. Let me see if I have it. Okay. Well, yeah, thank you. The audio setup here is relatively elaborate. This is my 3 kilohertz profile. I do 4, 6, I do all, but this is my regular 3 kilohertz. The microphone is an SE Electronics Dynacaster. It is a dynamic mic, but it has a built-in preamp, like a cloud lifter. Actually, the one that it has is called a Dynamite, but it adds an extra 30 dB of gain to a dynamic microphone, which really, it begins to have condenser microphone characteristics, but still with the good side rejection and rear rejection that a dynamic microphone has. That runs into an Apollo Twin USB audio interface where I add a plugin, which is a vintage preamp called a V76. Then the audio routes over to Pro Tools, which is a recording software, a digital audio workstation. And I have a virtual rack in there. I'm running noise cancellation, a compressor, a parametric EQ, then a multi-band compressor, then an Aphex vintage exciter, then an Aphex big bottom, and then just a touch of reverb for the room ambience. Over?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been, let me tell you, I've been around a long time. It sounds great. And it really, I remember speaking to you, and you had, I think, you were probably running a different kind of, I don't know, it sounded more like a condenser mic. But the nice thing about the audio, it's got the punch of there's the Heil, what people call the Heil microphone, the condenser. I think that's a condenser mic, mostly sound high, more in the higher frequency. It punches through. The only thing I have to say about that I don't like about it, but it's better than anything I've heard in a long time, is that the reverb is a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much. Though, I mean, some people might, most people probably love it, but it's, look at me. I'm running a D104. I don't know if you know what that is. N2QCP.
Oh, yeah. The D104. That's a great mic. Here. This is just a touch of reverb, too. Here it is. There it is. It's off. The reverb's off. Yeah, man, it sounds good. Your audio sounds great. And yeah, I think December 29th, well, all the Heil microphones are dynamic. They're not condenser. He hates condenser microphones for amateur radio. I love them, except this room that I'm in is not treated, and it just picks up too much crap. So I went back to using the Dynacaster. But yeah, it's the part of the hobby that I enjoy.
It sounds better with the reverb. It does. Good. I don't know what it is about the reverb you're picking up. It's subjective. To me, it sounds like you're transmitting more of the lower frequency, lower wave, sort of the lower not bandwidth. What am I saying? Frequency aspect of what I'm listening to, and so I like the reverb back. I do. N2QCP.
KB2 UKA, and it's back. Oh man, Vin, you don't know how obsessed I am with this audio. I find a quiet place on the band, and I go to what's called KiwiSDR.com, and I record myself either in Pennsylvania or the Carolinas or Canada. And I'll say Sally sells seashells by the seashore, and then I'll listen back to it, and then I'll adjust it. Then I'll go back and record it again and adjust it. So this 3 kilohertz profile was probably, 5 hours of recordings.
Yeah, I could tell. One thing my brother used to, growing up in the city, my brother used to work at a place called Electric Ladyland, and he also worked at a record shop across the street in a high fidelity place. He worked, and you could get obsessed. And the problem is with single sideband is that you're limited, in what you could do. Whereas the AM guys have, I don't know, you could tell me more about it, but the AM guys seem to have more ability to kind of play with their audio. The sideband is not FM for sure, but there's only so much you could do on sideband, N2QCP.
Yeah, you're correct. Well, AM is, it's wide banded. It's, 8 kilohertz, 4 on both sides, 10 kilohertz, 5 on both sides, and on from there. I get together with a bunch of guys, and we go 4 kilohertz sideband, 6 kilohertz sideband. And boy, as long as there's no one around, and we make sure there's room below us or above us if we're on upper sideband. But boy, you could get but you see, you have to have the receiver to hear it, right? I can listen out 20 kcs on the Anon. If I don't know what radio you're on, but if your radio will only listen at 2.9 or 3, then there's no point in me going wider than that because you're not going to hear it.
Yeah, I got you. Well, you should be proud of yourself that you work so hard getting that to work, and I did notice it for sure. I don't know I'm sure other people notice it, but I like it, and my wife's home. And I'm supposed to be now a retired guy cooking and cleaning, and I got to put my apron on. N2QCP, I better run.
All right, Vin, I'll let you run. We DoorDashed it tonight. I don't know if DoorDash goes to Fire Island. Maybe you might have one guy on the island doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we get the what is it? The Blue Apron.
Oh yes, Blue Apron. Okay, yep, I'm familiar with it. I got a buddy that lives on the island. I forgot where he lives. His name is Frank. He's a full-time resident there.
Do all that stuff, and I mop and I sweep, and then I work on my radio in the middle of the night, and I'm doing this kind of stuff. But congrats on the audio. Keep it going. Don't change too much. There's not much more you can do. Honestly, it sounds wonderful, and a guy like you should be working in a recording studio. All right, 73 is November 2, Quebec, Charlie Papa.
Very cool. Thanks for the flowers, Vin. And this is all self-taught. I own a financial advisory firm. I know nothing. I all self-taught, watching videos, listening to recording guys talk about mixing recordings, and here's where we ended up. N2Q CP KB2 UKA 73.
Yeah, we'll talk again. And, you know, what happens when you can't improve anymore? That's the problem. With this hobby, I always found that I'll put it away because I'm like, I can't figure out. I've fiddled around. I've done ladder line, antennas, and satellite, and moon bounce, and what do I do now? You know, like audio is something I never went into because it was technically, honestly, very hard. Now you're adjusting. Now I'm buying waffle things that look like, egg crate things and putting them on my wall. Who knows what I might do what you're doing. I guess that's the only thing. Not much left. That's a very technical thing to do. Anyway, 73s, back to Blue Apron, into TCP.
All right, 73. Yeah, it's a rabbit hole, definitely. Take care, Vin. I don't know, Jeff, Nate, you guys still on frequency? Well, then I'm leaving. KB2 UKA QRT.
W4NDK.
W4NDK. I know you. How you doing, Nathan?
Hey, Doug. Yeah, it's been a while. I just wanted to say good evening to you. I usually hang out on this frequency with Dom and those guys, and sometimes chat with Art over on 40, but I haven't heard Art in a long time. Hope you're doing well. Hope your kids are good. I used to watch your live streams all the time, and I like the fact that they're into performance and drama and arts, and you have some very talented kids. Over.
Yeah. My daughter's in. She's playing Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast. She had rehearsal tonight. We picked her up. The boy was doing his ninja class, and then we had some Five Guys burgers. And now he's playing Fortnite. She's doing a makeup tutorial, and I'm down here playing radio. But I'm about to go up. Really good to hear you, Nate. Yeah, it's been a while, man. When was the because I try to log everything. Oh, no, not too bad. Well, we had a load of contacts between 2020 and 2021, and then we only had one in August of last year.
Yeah, I see that, August 27th of last year. Yeah, I used to check in with you all the time, and I used to talk to Alex. So I followed you guys on YouTube. I thought that was pretty cool to be able to hear myself when I was a new ham. Yeah, cool, Doug. Well, I'll log tonight, and hope you guys have a good family night. My son's in there playing Fortnite right now. And my daughter's in the other room doing some homework and talking to her friends. 73, and hope she does well in Beauty and the Beast. Sounds like fun.
All right, Nate, 73, W4NDK, KB2 UKA, I am clear.
KB2 UKA 73, W4NDK.